Okay, welcome to the Space Limited Accomplishments interval. Meaning, supposedly, the time between the old show and the time when the new show gets reestablished. That is, when I go back to driving. My name is Lance Ash, and this driving me today is my wife, Bonnie.
Hi.
So, I say this because Stephen Colbert announced that he's going to start back with his live audiences again in a couple days, I guess. So maybe one day I can start back to my regular show, which it's been so long ago I've forgotten what it was. But let's give you an update on our son's condition. Bonnie, you'd be best to do that, so you go ahead and take it away.
He is going to get a biopsy, and then we're going to meet with a hepatologist at the transplant center in Atlanta. And we will get an assessment of his condition and be told what stage he is in the disease.
Okay. Well, he went back to work today. I'm very glad he did that. Our daughter came to visit, and she's worried about him. But anyway, what did you do over the weekend? What was your weekend like?
Tears, lots of tears.
Okay. I had a pretty good weekend. I've gone over a whole week now without caffeine. So, I'm getting used to it.
Didn't you stay up all night last night?
Yeah, I stayed awake all night with no nap. The night before it had about an hour nap, I guess. Hard to say. But I'm replacing the tea with lifting weights immediately upon waking up. And I'm getting used to that. So, who was it said that? Oh, it was the guy who plays Wolverine. His wife said, and the way, I didn't hear her say it, I just read it somewhere, but the quote was, "He got so buff it was ridiculous." That's what it sounded like. And yeah, pretty soon I'll be looking like that dude, or Gerard Butler in 300, who I think those abs looked like they were phony. They looked like they were made of plastic. But anyway, that movie sucked so bad.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't even subject myself to it.
I don't know why I watched it. That's been a long time ago.
That's a damn good question.
I've reached the age where stuff that happened like 2004 seems like it was just a little while ago. Anyway, so in keeping with the idea that we should have something to talk about on the show, why don't we come up with a theme, something we can talk about? No ideas? Okay. Well, I tell you, I'll give you a good topic. You showed me a video today, which was a collection of slides of just regular people in their homes in the 1950s, maybe early 60s too, though, to look at them now that I think about it. But it was interesting. A lot of that furniture, a lot of the furnishing, lamps and stuff, reminded me of stuff I saw again and again at relatives' houses when I was a kid. My Aunt Florence's, her place has been redone since then, but the kitchen had the wooden cabinets that had, it was like a tawny yellow orange color to the wood, and then it had black engraved lines to offset where the edges were and everything. I'll say something neat about the back of her house. There was an optical illusion in the back of the house. She had a backyard. They had a trampoline, which was a big deal, but not too far from past the trampoline, the backyard sloped very rapidly down to an old barbed wire fence, on the other side of which was somebody else's property, and it was a huge field, and they would have cows occasionally down in there. But it was like a hillside, and it went far down to, I guess, a creek or something down there, and then on the other side it went back up again, and there was the beginnings of a pine forest in the distance. And every time I went over there, when you stood there at the fence and looked, that in the distance where the pine forest began, it looked like a painting. There was something about it, the perspective. It was unreal looking. Did you always go to, what relatives did you go to? Just your grandparents down in Butler, and that was it?
No, my mother's mother in Macon.
In Macon?
Yeah.
I've been to Macon a couple times, and I did not like it. It just seemed to be very hot.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I stopped going there, was the heat.
Have you ever been to Valdosta?
No.
It is hell on earth. We played when I was on the high school football team. We drove down there to play some team, and first of all, the guys on the other team looked like they'd been injected with bovine serum. But the football field was not grass. It was brown with dirt patches. And it just exemplified the whole experience. Like 115 degrees. Oh, I don't know how people stand living down there. But anyway, you seem rather dead today. You okay?
My eyes are hurting.
Your eyes?
Yeah.
You want to tell them about your incident last night?
Nope.
Okay. She had a hard time getting to sleep. Okay.
So what painting are you working on now?
Good question. Keep the ball rolling.
Aren't you working on 2 paintings now?
Yeah, I'm going to try something new. Bonnie gave me an old canvas that she had started but didn't finish. So it was smaller than my normal size. So I thought, okay, I can do something with it, save some money. And then I got to thinking, well, I'll start doing 2 paintings at once. One my regular size and one this smaller size. Just so I can go back and forth between while waiting for layers to dry. And the big painting it's dominated by a large figure of this guy who's looking at a blueprint, while these 3 very small figures are trying to help him on with his overcoat. And the smaller canvas is of 2 guys who are looking at the interior of this large machine. And as you see, one of my little hallmarks I do in my paintings is a couple years ago I started putting borders around them. Borders around the main composition. And this current painting has just convinced me that I'm taking too much time on the borders.
No, it's not a simple border. What are in the borders, Lance?
Just random doodads, images, sometimes faces. But I've been making them very complex, all kinds of intricate little crap pictures and things in the borders. It takes up too much time. I'm going to just start doing something a little more simple and abstract for the borders. And even the little canvas has a border on it. So I'll figure something out eventually. Years ago, I saw, I've got it on video cassette, I think, or something. Henry Miller documentary. And he said, I write to find out what I'm writing about. And I think that's true of my paintings and graphic art too. Is I paint to find out what it is I'm trying to paint. Because there's a whole, like looking at those pictures today, those slides. There's a whole bunch of imagery that has influenced me. And it's like I'm trying to do all the stuff at once. But anyway,
did I hear you singing a new song tonight before that?
Yeah, I've started writing a new song.
Any hints about what you're writing about?
The chorus is Karate Men on my birthday cake, but not made of icing.
Childhood memories again?
Well, when I was about third grade, my birthday was coming up, and she asked me what I wanted on my birthday cake. This is back when the old A&A Bakery was still open downtown. And that's where, if you want something fancy made, that's where you'd go to get it done. So I told her I want Karate Men on the cake, which I meant draw a goddamn guy doing a karate kick or something in icing on the damn cake, right? She comes back and she says, they didn't know what you mean by that. They didn't know how to do that. But fortunately, I think she was lying. Fortunately, they had bags of these little plastic figures that you can put on the cake, and there was a bag full of little plastic figures of guys in, karate outfits doing kicks and shit. I don't know if she actually bought them there or not, but we stuck them on the cake, and then I later cleaned them off and had them in my toy box for years.
Do you remember the year I made Rita Dalek cake?
Yeah, it was very clever.
It was huge. It was like a giant sheet cake and a couple of round cakes to get the effect on it. But she was very pleased. Unfortunately, I used candies that were regular size. Like the movie candies. Instead of just like decorating things for cupcakes. And so the whole thing was overloaded with candy. And Junior Mints, I think it was, for the dots on the Dalek's skirt.
You use cupcakes or part of it for something.
I used that for was it for the eye stem? It's not
very good. Yeah, very good. That's what it is.
And we had miniature chocolate bars to delineate the different divisions, and then I did different sprinkles of like silver and blue so that the skirt was blue, I think, and the head was silver colored. And then I had to add, using a straw or something, it makes a kind of little wand from where the eye stem is. It was weird.
Yeah, you got a picture of that somewhere. whole thing with
Reed was crazy about Doctor Who. We used to joke that it was because I had watched all the Doctor Who series when I was pregnant with her, and she kept hearing the opening soundtrack. So when the new series came out with the 10th Doctor, she automatically was just a huge fan of it.
Yeah. You watched those old episodes that I had taped when I was in 8th grade. No, it couldn't have been 8th. But anyway, the point is, I had a little job, and every paycheck I would buy a video cassette, and I could get 4 episodes. I could tape 4 episodes off public television per cassette, and I've still got those.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And
So we don't have anything to play them on.
yeah, I know it's a lot of. I wish we had something to transfer all our VHS crap over to DVDs.
Tom Baker.
Tom Baker.
Fell for.
Yeah, Tom Baker and Peter Davison are the ones that I mainly have. I had one or two Colin Bakers on cassette, but shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I became enamored of that show before it became a big thing, and when it became such a big craze, I kind of lost interest. My dad would watch it with me too. It came on late at night on Saturday night on PBS, and forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, Bonnie watched all those old cassettes while she was pregnant. What did you watch while you were pregnant with Peter?
Reed?
Oh.
I mean, they're 2 years apart. Yeah, I watched Reed.
Yeah, she was a little bitty thing.
Oh, God.
I remember taking her to see her little brother the day he was born. The day after he was born.
Yeah, and me going, what on earth do you ever dressed in? You know, dressed up like a little boy. Nothing matched.
Oh.
So you talked to your mom this weekend. How did that go?
It was,
Ooh.
slow down. What's this?
It's a problem.
Well, it was there's a ladder in the road over there. It was a ladder in the ditch. Is that the ladder you saw?
Yeah.
That was it? Okay. Looked like they were going to go get it or something. But anyway, I was shocked at how easily I got off the phone with her. Because,
Usually she yammers on.
well, I had to let her know the seriousness of Peter's condition. And
Next week she'll ask all over again, or is her memory any better?
well, she asked, is it something he ate?
Oh, Lord.
You know, like, oh, I got a hold of a bad raisin, and now I'm deadly sick forever. But yeah, it was an okay conversation. I'm hoping this whole thing with my sister moving in with her goes through, because I'd like to see my sister more often, so we can have some lively debates about how Trump should still be in the office.
You'll be seeing her after the pandemic is over, or after she gets vaccinated.
You cut grass this weekend. That's good.
Yeah, okay. I had to. Ain't nobody else gonna do it.
I don't have time to do it. I have my job. Oh, I got news. A woman that I work with is moving to a different shift, and I'm kind of pissed off about it, because this is somebody that's a friend of mine and that I rely on, because she she knows what to do and when to do it, and will actually take the initiative to do it. And I don't have that sort of relationship or sense of trust with very few, with many people up there. So.
Yeah, well, she does want to spend time with her kids, so.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
All right, I think that's about it. Sorry for such a boring episode, but next time we'll have something planned out better. All right, bye.